Okay, hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Let's continue with Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Last time we had gotten past the first section of the game to sort of, I suppose it's like the second safe room with a fountain. And things are only going to get more difficult from here on. Where we're actually going to have some more substantial threats, I suppose, at this point. There were some moments where we were in danger before, but they were quite limited. However, it's going to be a bit more of a thing here. So if we go over here, remember we need to get this elevator working, and this works by an engine? I think it needs power or something like that. This is like 18. What year does this take place in? I have to think. I would have thought the engine that powers the elevator. I mean, we're dealing with, like, you know, strange beings and all that. Some anachronisms and all that. It's not the unexpected. Though I don't remember how initial elevators worked. I know they had some, but really early on, like in the 1800s, but can't remember whether they would have worked by like a winch system powered by manual labor or like a water wheel assembly or something like that, or I don't know. Anyway, this is a machine room. We need to find a key for that. It is locked. Up there is two rooms. One's the guest room. The other one is, I think it's another wing. That's where we came from. I believe we can't actually go back. We have very little need. We have really no reason to go back. Yeah, it won't budge. So, can't go back. Only forward. And there's nothing over there except some chairs. And down here, there is storage. How do I want to do these things? Let's get the storage done. He tried to fit the pieces together, but like the sand dunes, they shifted when you weren't looking. I do think we missed a note, a part of our diary from Algeria, which would have talked about Daniel being stuck in the tomb and he found a glowing orb in there. Or have we? Because I think there's actually a sequence linked to that, isn't there? So maybe it hasn't occurred yet. Gonna have to be careful here. If I remember correctly, there is something around here. Don't worry. It's not that big of a problem. The darkness in the storage feels strange and unnatural. Though again, I can't... How are we doing? Crystal clear and a few cuts and bruises. I can't remember whether something appears at a certain point or if something's present from the beginning. Anything in here? Some tinder boxes. A drill part. And there we go. Okay, so picking up the drill part spawned a monster. Now, I've said before, this is kind of what people will consider a bit of a weakness of the game, in that you perform an action and then a threat occurs, right? Rather than there being a constant threat. Like, I'm pretty sure that monster wouldn't have been around. I'm pretty sure it hangs around until we finish what we need to do here. sometimes they despawn. Oh.
Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I swear. I just want to go home. No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Don't worry, it's as dark for you as it is for me. It's actually a little brighter in the collection. In the capture, from what I can see. Don't really want to light too many torches around. There might not actually be a monster. The game often plays, like, audio sounds of there being a monster, but there's not actually one present. To trick you. Want to conserve my lamp oil. Come on, Daniel. Calm down. Okay. Oh, here's a note. Regarding explosive mixture, Alexander, I have prepared the explosives you needed for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather-brained servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid further mishaps. I have arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you are ready to go. Agrippa. Okay, we did see a note earlier about someone called Agrippa. I think it was in local folklore. Yeah, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Oldstadt at the start of the 16th century. But this is the 18th century now. Unless that note was like 200 years old. One day he went to investigate a burrow and never to be seen again. And then people were saying that he never... And then later on another Heinrich stayed in Grenoble some 10 years later and dismissed the notion of ever visiting Oldstadt. So, what went on there? Anyway. Bricks. I think... Is this the part where we need to, like... Let me just think. Okay, so mixing these 2 chemicals together. I think this is a part where we need to, like, blow up some rocks or something like that. Hello! Welcome, welcome. Like, U-Block Origin doesn't work at all anymore? Even with the band-aid you had applied, forced to watch ads? Really? I use that and I haven't been noticed any problems. Some websites have ads pop up still. Well, built-in videos, which is incredibly annoying when they play automatically. On Twitch it is. Oh, okay. I don't watch enough Twitch live streamers myself to be able to say that for certain or not. Okay, there's a winch or a... Oh, it's a drill handle. Right. How am I going to do this? We have a chemistry pot. So that's what we can use to fill up the, I'm wondering... Okay. So these are the vats. Oh, anyone in here? Get close. Hopefully not. Okay, there's a winch handle. I'm not picking them up because, as I said, when you pick things up, things happen. So, I mean, we get the inevitable over with, but I sort of want to clearly know what I'm going to be doing. Because I believe, here's one of them. Primary. And I think the other one is like over here. Yep, secondary. Okay. So you fill it up with those two liquids. But why we're doing that... Let's just wait over here. I believe there's a cave-in down the hall here. And if I remember correctly... I think there's a door further down there. There's some blood on the floor. Ooh. Spooky, spooky. Yes. Right here. Just, this isn't going to do anything, but, you know. Yep, here we go. We have a note. The rubble from a cave-in is hindering further progress in the passage into storage. Find a way to get through. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to fill up our vessel with the 2 compounds, and then we need to, well, blow up those rocks. As well as get that... Where was it? Was it in here, or was it in the other room? There it is. Just close this in case things decide to interrupt us. Okay, we got a drill part. I don't think they will. Not until, you know. Okay. Where was that other bit? Here it is. Okay. Got a drill part. No. Click and drag. There we go. We have the hand drill. If actually, I think we combined all 3 parts of it together. Let me sneak. Just in case. Okay, we use the drill there. And we fill this up. And it glows orange. We go over here. We do this again. Fill it up. We have an explosive. Okay. And I mean, a number of years ago, I sort of resigned myself to using an ad blocker because websites like Wiki is just unusable without one. They have so many ads. Anyway, it's actually to the detriment of using them. Okay. Put our explosive mixture right there. Don't stand too close to the blast when the explosive goes off. So what we need to do is pick up a rock. And... oh. I missed, didn't I? Yes, I did. There's a Looney Tunes moment where I check whether I hit it or not. What? You're kidding me. Really? Don't mind me. I'm just missing it with all the rocks I chuck. The thing with these barrels and all that is, I think they're kind of weightless. So you can't really like block off a door with them. We want to hit this from a distance. Okay. There we go. Okay, we blew that up. Though, I think with this will come new problems. How much oil do I have in this? Fine. Is there something behind here? There is. Hey, oil! Lord Dunham and a tinderbox. Lord Dunham is just health potion.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
Ooh. Memories flooding back. Machine parts. Sounds nice to have. We're sort of jumping ahead here a bit. Going to the guest room probably would have been a bit better in the first place. But, oh well. Gonna have to do all this stuff at some point anyway. Right. You know, I really wish I had a map. But this game's not that maze-like. Later on, I think some of the areas can be. But that's sort of by design. But even then, not too bad. Okay, do I want to stack things up in front of that door? Perhaps. Nah, no. Who cares? Oh. Oh dear. How lovely. Oh. Ah. Okay. Cogs. And like a spooky crazy. Yes, Daniel, stick your hand in the fire. This was a good decision. Maybe it's because he's got amnesia. He doesn't remember that fire's hot. In case of a missing rod, if a full set of 3 rods is unavailable, there is one rod in the inner study rooms which might work in case the elevator breaks down again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, always use the spare rods in the storage before using a mended one. Okay, so this is why we're here. We're collecting these rods, but we're going to have to go to the inner study rooms to get the 3rd one. Which is back upstairs. It's the room next to where the guest room is. Because if we went to the guest room and got the key for the machine, for the engine room, for the elevator, we would note that we couldn't turn the elevator on because it's missing these control rods. So. Oh. Is he going to come in here? I believe this is an actual monster this time. Oh. Okay. I mean, we've got to get out of here, so... I think it will be wandering around... There it is. Going to come in through that door? Perhaps. Squeak. I mean, the thing is that if you see them, then they sort of realize you're looking at them. And I think that makes them go towards you. I mean, we could just run past it. We need to. Though I also believe that when we're leaving here, we might end up getting chased anyway. Fine. You know what? Hello. Bye. See ya. Ow. Stop that. Not funny. I do not want what you're selling, sir. Oh, come on. Really? 2 hits? Okay, fine. I thought we could run away from it. We were moving slower on the stairs. Whatever. Okay, we just head back here. Just hide in the corner over here. You going to be coming around down there? No. Well, we can't stay around here forever. Can we go in here? Nope. Oh, okay, fine. Have you buggered off? Fine by me. Let's go. Herbert's trunk was wrapped in rope. The lock had been broken by thieves, he assumed. He wondered if anything had been left considering all the hands it had passed. There we go. No problem.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
Yes. Okay, fine. Is there stuff in here now? No. Well, we picked up that. Okay. We picked that up last time. Damn it. I was actually looking at the achievements listed on Steam, which are a new thing since I last played this. And it was interesting because one of them was like, found all the tinderboxes in the game. And when I first played the game, I thought the tinderboxes appeared based on how many of them you used. Like, there wasn't just all of them present from the beginning. It sort of spawned them in if you needed them. Yeah, whatever. Let's go into the guest room. Is this another dream? He thought and screamed at the top of his lungs. Okay.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
Okay. Apparently there's giant hissing bugs all over the place. This is a very normal looking place, except that it looks like it's been ransacked. We are a little injured. Let's pick this tinderbox up. And there's another one there. We just have these things littered everywhere. Daniel just heard a voice of himself saying, "What is this place?" or something. Sorry, I talked over that.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
More drawers. Anything in this one? Nope. Some light reading. A vase and a broken chair. Anything in here? Nope. Fine. Let's have a look. Blah! 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 Get out of here. It's unkillable as a real cockroach. Anyway. Hey, some more laudanum. That's actually a... I believe that was actually like a real thing. It's just like a tincture. Something. Like a... You know, a thing that's supposed to make you feel better. Just a mixture of herbs and so on, I think.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Mysteries. Hey, oil! And another painting. Ah! And if we go in here... The door is stuck due to a broken lock. Okay. Toss. Fling. It's fun just chucking things around in this game. Here's a crowbar. How handy. Oh, what's this thing? Oh, it's a little stuffed, like, hare or rabbit. I think it's a hare. It's a bit big for a rabbit. Though I am no scholar on lagomorphs. Go. Okay, open it.
The key. Please, let it be here.
Okay. Let's close that. Haha, yes game. I noticed.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
How odd. I'm gonna be saying that a lot.
Oh, thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
I suppose if Alexander, I suppose he's the one who sent his servants to search this place. They don't seem to be that smart, so, you know. There's a little bottle here, it's got a key in it, so smash. Pick up this key, which seemed bigger than it was when it was in there. So, also, let's just hide in here. For no reason. Yes, yes. This is another one of these set pieces because I believe this spawns when you go near this wardrobe. And there is actually an enemy out there right now. We won't look because it will draw its attention to us. But it should disappear on its own after a bit. Since, you know, it's kind of in the way. There we go. You see the door got broken down. There's just no door there now at all. And let's leave. I know I'm breaking the mystery of the game a bit. This is all stuff which is written on the wiki. by the way. But, you know, I do think this is a good game. It was very effective with what it did when it was released. And it still is. You know, multiple playthroughs are going to ruin the... Well, not ruin, but where thin... You're going to see how it works and all that. And it was, I remember, as I said last time, a bit of a criticism when the game was released, that it's very perform action, enemies spawned, rather than the enemies constantly being around. However, if the enemies were constantly around, you could end up in situations where the enemies are just standing around near an item which you need to get, and you don't really have a way to get them away from them. You can chuck objects around to draw their attention to it. So you could, like, draw them away by throwing a box and making a noise somewhere else. Sir William Smith had been marked. There was no way for him to know that the young man from the other day cast such a terrible shadow. Yes, I can't remember whether there's going to be another one showing up around here. Maybe. Tinderbox. Statues. I find it interesting to see how games work, all that. So. Okay. And I do like this game, especially as I said last time, because it doesn't rely on loud noises and jump scares in your face. I mean, there's like sudden events like a cave-in and moans in the dark and all that, but it's not like scary face, blarg. Letter regarding the discovery of an orb. To my most trusted student and friend, Johann Weyer. Johann Weyer? The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I had been looking for the last 20 odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was, as it was told about, an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its colour washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Altstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails, when I finally found the cavern. I went inside, and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. Quite a lot of difficult words here. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetched the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly a bright blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colours of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal, black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night, listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest and ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Altstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Okay. So that's what happened. And it was the same person, but he just denied that he had ever been there because he wanted to forget about it. Understandable. Seems like it was quite a terrible event. People just, I don't know, leave well enough alone. Leave strange orbs on their own. Whatever. Let's go up here. There's another cave in. Fantastic. Find another way around the rubble in the study. Okay. More explosives? No. There's going to be another way. Ooh, what's in here? Oh, right, yes. Animal experiment. Canis lupus familiaris, 1658, April 12th. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy. Since the creature is bound to die from the exercise, I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. Yeah. Oop. Painting. It's got an A on its lapel. I suppose that's... Or on its breast. I suppose that's Alexander. Anatomy Frontiers, 1658, January 9th. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. Statues. Blah! Get out of here, chair. Anything in here? Nope. Hey, another tinderbox. How many have we got now? 37. Symbols. Is there anything else we need here, or is this just for, like, reading purposes? I think this is all just for reading purposes. There! Okay. Let's leave again. There's just a bird in there. Oh, here we go.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
Yeah, so this Alexander doesn't sound like a very pleasant fellow. Okay, let's take this chair. Spooky noises outside. As a hint, this window is cracked slightly. The cracked window panes are held together only by a weak wooden frame. Throw a chair through a plate glass window. Ah! There we go. Hey, there's a bottle of oil right there. And there's a tinderbox out here. They're just literally everywhere. Okay, go on to the windowsill. And, oh. Look out into the forest. Yeah. I think you can see like a tree falling in the distance there or something, but there's a lot of this growth like webbing all over the trees down there. Whoa. Okay, and in again. Elevator renovation plan. Okay. Oh, there's another one of these thingies here. There's a little cog. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind has not even wasted a breath, yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. Okay. Again, as I said last time, this object here is a reference to Penumbra. I believe these canister things were present there as well. Should it be? Oh. Chamber controller. Why would you go back inside? Well, I suppose we could just drop down into the forest. As Daniel has stated to himself, though, he's being chased by this thing. So if he leaves, well, he's just going to get ate by it, or killed by it, so not like we have much of a choice. All this seems like our best bet. How much oil have we got? Okay, let's fill up our... It's in a little bit. There's the repaired control stick. Like this. Use one of our precious tinder boxes. Pick up those. Just boulders. Okay, here's a note. Elevator machine instructions. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. I suppose they would have had, like, steam engines? What year does this take place in? Steam engines were around in, like, the 1880s, weren't they? It could probably give, like, maybe a few years before that, considering certain things going on here, so that it's a bit of an exception. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meters should read 8 up 8 and down 8. Make sure the flow is set according to the following chart. Trinity steam set functions, 4-phase amplitude, complete steam flow cycle. Note that the machine will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. Okay, let's pick up this flow cycle rod. And then we'll just leave. There! It just bounces off the tree. Yeah, there we go. No, it's eating the trees. Up, 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 up. So confident, Daniel. Is there going to be a monster around here? Nope. Okay. That's fine. The strange letter frightened him, but it was also the only one which offered some comfort. But this place doesn't seem to be as comforting as it was before. This growth is getting everywhere. Grandfather Nurgle was making his presence known.
Herbert, how did we find this place? An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
Okay. Hang on. Let me just check something. Not that. Our notes. Not that notes. Diary. Alright, hang on. Do I not have... Here we go. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, we can't go back that way. There's like hamburger meat blocking the path. Okay, let's go in here. It's locked. We did pick up a key. There we go. Professor Taylor was the second death caused by his damned curiosity. Okay. What's in here? Another note.
July 1839. Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Okay. Pressure. These are the pressure rods which we have to swap around so that it's 8 up and 8 down. There's a lamp there. Let's just light that. Oh, there's a tinderbox over there. I was getting low. There's another one. Bounties. Get. There we go. We're going to retire on a mountain of tinderboxes. Okay. Okay. And is there anything back here? Nope. Wow, we slid those across the floor. Come with me, crate. Holding an item like that actually slows me down a bit. Huh. Okay. What's in here?
There's nothing left. Everything is gone.
I don't know. There's a lot of cogs and stuff and boxes around here. And tinder boxes. Can't forget those. Oh, there's another note.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
It sort of goes without saying, but the whole atmosphere of this game is very good for a Lovecraftian type game. It is basically Lovecraft, with the whole unknowable horrors of being hunted by things which you don't understand, and, you know, curiosity of humankind being the downfall and all that. But I look at all the games which are focused on, like, Cthulhu and all that, and this is how you do it. A game like this. The monsters are things which you don't see that often. You're actively, advised not to look at them. You don't get a gun because it's not going to be useful. Anyway. I was going to say something else there, wasn't I? Before I went off on a mini rant. Nope, whatever. It's completely gone from my head. There's another note. Machine equipment memo. Note that there are only 2 spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged, and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all 3 would crack again. Okay, fine. This is a note telling us where to find the control rods we need for this. If we came here after going to the guest room, we've sort of done everything we need to do in one big swoop, so, you know. For me, I think this is the most true to Lovecraft style, even more so than games actually based off his stories. I'm inclined to agree with that. I think a lot of Lovecraftian games, they sort of want to do kind of everything to do with Lovecraftian stories. Like, they want to have Cthulhu, they want to have the weird creatures and all that, and sort of they go a bit over the top with all of it. Whereas I feel the less you use of it, the better. A lot in this doesn't, a number of stuff in this doesn't actually end up getting explained, and that's kind of to the benefit. You pick up a fair bit of what's going on, but in this game at least, the whole thing to do with the orbs, a bit of a spoilers, but you know, this game came out how many years ago? I don't think the orbs are ever really explained. Like, I'm reminded of, like, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. The beginnings of that was really good, where you were running away from the village. Running away from the, town's inhabitants. You were unarmed. Going through the sewers and running away from, like, or hearing, like, the Shoggoth moving around. Or, like, knowing that there's something like that in the sewers. Or that there's something in the sewers, but you never see it. So... what am I doing? Is there another room down there which I need to do? Don't I need to get like some coal or something like that? Oh, I remember this. Hello? Please no one respond.
17th of July, 1839. How has this...
Oh, that's what I was
escaped
going to say.
They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
I think another big part of this is that the voice actor for Daniel does a really good job, in my opinion. It's not... Wow. Anyway, it's appropriate for the situation, I feel. But what I was going to say was that by the notes there, we see it's 1839. So maybe give or take give 2 years to that, perhaps, and it might be like 1841 at the moment or something like that. There's going to be a specific date, but I can't remember what it is, so... Like in the first half of the 1800s. This game takes place. Or the climax. Or the climax is I saw what can never be described and passed down. Yeah. And just continuing on with the Lovecraftian themes and all that. Right, we need coal. I think I actually have a hunk of coal in my wardrobe. I got it at some point. Or do we need to come down here? Right, okay. Let me just stop Daniel from panicking a bit. It's not too bad. We're only playing on normal, so we're not going to die from insanity. So I have some coal in my wardrobe, I think. I mean, it's black and it gets everywhere, so that seems like coal to me. I must have got it when we went to one of the mines in Victoria at some point in the past. They like to give away free samples of it for some reason. Yeah, well. I mean, you end up with more of it than you get gold if you go to Sovereign Hill and want gold. Machinery needs more work before it will run. Oh yeah, we need a cog. Missing cog wheels to be fitted. Should be 2 around here. Yep, there's one over there. Come on, coggy. And this is pretty simple. You just run into it and it fits automatically. There we go. Just ram it up against there. Oh, there's gonna be a cog in a room upstairs, isn't there? I forgot about it. Ah, well. Whatever. Not doing like a speed run of this or anything. Is there a cog behind here? Get out of the way, you boxes! Oh. Okay. Hey, there's another cog. Oh. Ram. Oh, ram. There we go. Is this? Yeah, it actually does, like... It has a very small amount of, like, real-time lighting on it. It's not very strong. It does a pretty good job. Let me just check this room. Is the other cog in here? There it is. Wait. They all look the same to me, but apparently they fit into specific spokes. Maybe the hole in the center is of different diameters. Ram! There we go. Machinery needs more work before it will run. Is it not done? Oh, hang on. Dark, dark, dark. Yes, I need to do the control rods and all that stuff, don't I? Or do I? Ah, whatever. Let's just do this bit. Closed cycle rod. 4-phase amplitude rod. And there. And Trinity steam rod. There we go. All rods are in place. I don't know what these rods are supposed to be. Are they like capacitors or something? If I've got my electronics correct. I don't know. Damn it. 3 nanos. Fine. It just says find a way to start it. Okay, so if we go back upstairs, there's going to be the... Right, yes. This stuff. Okay, so we need this to... sit there. We need this to say 8 on top and 8 below. I think. Do we need to do that now or when the engine's going? 3, 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. 4, 3, 1. Try that. And then what? Below would be 6, 7, 8. No, that would be too much. Okay. 3, 3, 2. That'd be 6, 8, and then... Ah! What's left over? 6, 5, no. It's far too much. Gonna have to be using one of these large. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. You can just flip them constantly until you get to the solution. I'm pretty sure that's how I would have solved it. Fast, rather than looking at it. They are kind of difficult to move though. Brute force puzzles. There we go. Oh no. If they did a remake of this game, they could probably come up with a better... just, like, with a better effect for that goop to be appearing. Though I suppose it is kind of another worldly gunk, so... Best to keep yourself from screaming. The medical cabinet had been overturned and lay collapsed on the floor. He reached through the broken glass door and grabbed all the sedatives he could find. Could have actually read the whole thing, but... Well, fantastic. And that way's blocked off now. We can't go over there anymore. Slight headache. Close the doors. And use the ascending room. Or descending room. Go deeper. Sir William Smith had been marked. There was no way for him to know that the young man from the other day cast such a terrible shadow. We've read that! This place has a lot of basements. Break! No. Oh, fantastic. Jump. I don't think that works. The morning sun flickered between the pine trees as the carriage approached the castle. A faint memory of reflections in the window pane repeated itself over and over. Hello, we're here now. Oh. Well, fantastic. How are we going to get out of here?
Come, this way.
What was that?
Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a baron is that of a prison warden. This is where criminals are locked up.
Like a dungeon?
Very much so. Come, don't linger.
Also, the subtitles could probably have done with another pass, with which characters are talking and some of the punctuation and all that. You're getting grammar criticisms here. Okay, how are we going? Ah, fine. Can't actually remember this part too well. Is this a prison? Yeah. Get. There we go. Yes, yes. Oh, please. You think you have it bad? Honestly, I kind of think Daniel could say that without a shred of irony. At least a bit. Let's just keep that off. How are we going, actually? Cuts and bruises. Fine, you'll live. Don't be a baby. Older. Great! Now we're in here. We just like that. That doesn't sound good. I'll just, go over here. It's actually making me move slower there. How are we going? Yeah, fine. Hello? What did I just say earlier about you don't want to say hello if there's monsters around in case that something replies? Area cellar. Cell area 1. Now this place is rather maze-like. And I may get lost in it a bit. Hey, there's a hammer. Yeah. Pick up hammer. Is there anything in here? Some oil.
It's so cold.
It's so cold? Each prisoner gets their own loaf of bread and their own, like, jar of oil. Such riches. Nah. Okay. There is something over there. Let's just, go the other way. Yeah. Jumped me. Spooked me. Okay. Daniel, calm down. Take a breather. Stop moving the camera around so that it will stop blurring all over the place. Dot. I do have to wonder how you're going to play through this game without keeping your sanity from dropping too far. I think there's like a fair few levels below ... but it doesn't label them. I'm not too sure. Oh, look at all the ratties. Anyway. Like, I remember in Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, it had a similar sanity mechanic in it. Where, let's... Oh, the door's off the wall. Okay. Where it sort of said that if your sanity would go too low, then, what's the player character's name in Dark Corners of the Earth? forget. Blah. Don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. It's just a crouch over here. But no, it said that the sanity mechanic in Dark Corners of the Earth, if it got too low, you would end up dying as well. I'm pretty sure at a few times in that I actually tried to get your character to die in that due to it. But at least the times when I was trying, I could never get it low enough. I'm sure it's possible. It's sort of a thing like if you have a gun out and try and reload it or something and his sanity's really low, he'll kill himself. Grim stuff, but I don't know. Ooh, tinderbox. Did we poop that out? We're so scared we're pooping out tinderboxes. Anyway. Yes, Daniel. Sluggish movement. Oh, hey, is that what I have to break? No, it's not, because there's... Yeah, it's going to be in the floor. Okay, are we all right now? Vision. Swimming. Hearing flies. Flashbacks to oblivion. Roar! Okay, so are you gonna be up there? Or do we want to go down there? I can't remember the way we're supposed to go. There's blood. That door is locked. Okie dokie. These torches are really dim. Oh, monster. Up here. Probably. It's locked. However, the lock is very corroded and weak. We do have a hammer. Oop.
Where is she? Where did she go?
No, I won't tell. I'll never tell you.
You're just making things worse. Look, this is no place for a young girl all by herself. She could be hurt or worse. There's no telling what horrors await down there.
Yeah. Hey, what's this? A chipper. I'm feeling chipper already. Yeah. Get. Wow, we managed to balance that bed on top of that chair pretty well. Just, hang on. Is this the room where we need to... No. Wrong room. I don't know what's up with the piles of rotten fruit. Squeaky, squeaky. Yes, yes. It's just to sit here. Maybe it would like some bread. Moldy bread? Oil! Give me that oil. And that tinderbox, I see that there. Okay. Are you gonna still be there? Hunt music's still playing. Oh, righties. Okay. I think it's fine now. I can't remember how the monster in this area is working. Whether it's always present or whether it's spawning in and out.
But Mother, I don't want to leave without you.
Hurry, child. You must go. Find Gabriel, the Outrider, and tell him to alert the King's men.
No, you come too.
Please, we don't have time to make the hole any wider. Someone is coming. Hurry! I'll cover the hole with the bed. Everything will be fine. I promise you.
Okay. I wonder how Daniel's hearing flashbacks to things which he probably wasn't present to hear about them. Another unexplained mystery. Oh yes, there's a hole on there. There. That's to the northern block. Do I want to go into that other door though? Sure. Do. Oh, hey. Do you mind? I'm trying to get things done. Okay. Yeah, I got turned around. Wait. What's down that other stairs? Oh, isn't there like a kitchen around here or something? Okay. Ooh. A little something something there. Not going to be dealing with those just yet. Okay. Boink! There we go. What's in here? Some more oil! And... that's it. Okay. We have a skull. Is it Murray? Let's leave. Fine. Well, a little bit of resources. Let's go in here. Can I close the door here? The hole is too narrow to slip through. Well, this is why we need the hammer and chisel. Boink. There we go. And let's go down this hole. Moving that orb was like pushing a star in the night sky. It wasn't supposed to happen. The shadow isn't some vengeful spirit. It is the universe catching up with itself. Like it's just realized that you're flying. Now this is like Penumbra. We're going to be coming across like giant spiders or something. Hang on. No, that's not in this game. I was going to say, don't we have to like roll a boulder into a pit of acid? But no, that's in Penumbra. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like dead acid somewhere. This blocked. Fine. Did they have like this hole beneath their cell and they just had to open up the hole in the floor to get out this way? Did they dig the entire hole? I don't know. There. Don't ask questions. Not important. Yeah. Okay. I think we're beyond that door which was locked. Yes. I think that's the door right there. Yep. Yay. Where we saw that thing. Kitchen. Let's say? Culina. Or Latin. What's this? Receptaculum. Storage. I hear thudding. Hello? I guess perhaps someone got stuck under a cave-in? What are we doing over here? We have no direction. This is just Daniel on his way to getting a midnight snack. Okay, there's stairs down there.
Is he safe? Well, it's for his own good. Soon it will be ready. Let there be enough time.
What's over here? Hey, a note. Close. Door. What's this say?
2nd of August, 1839. I have arrived at the village of Altstadt. It's a haven in the midst of a vast forest and the last stop before my final destination, Castle Brennenburg. It's late in the evening, and the outrider, who has been with the coach since Bremen, advised me to wait until morning before I venture further. I've arranged for a bed at Der Müller, the village's only inn, and am now waiting for the sun to rise. I try to sleep, but as I close my eyes, I see the men who fell victim in London. My fear and shame forces me to witness the same scenes over and over. They are dead because of me.
I have to wonder whether it's only if he stays at a certain location for an amount of time. I'm guessing this shadow isn't killing people he passes in the street. Yeah, don't mind me. Just going to sit over here. I can't move that table. Is it moving around out there? Can't hear footsteps. Great, now I can't climb over the bed. Like the bed would have protected me. Okay. Oh, hey. There's a body in here. Poor fella. Pick up the oil, pick up the tinderbox. It's just... Whoop.
Hey! Anybody! Help! Christ. I don't believe this. Why? I mean, why? What did I do to deserve this? I mean, it can't be. Do I deserve this? It wasn't my fault. Why did he have to go in there? Don't go into burning houses. He should have known better.
Hey, a tinderbox. And a bucket. Yeah. Oh, right, the wronged bed. Nothing else in here? More bread. There's a game for people to play. Collect all the bread. Stack it up on top of itself. We need to go to the kitchen. Let's go over there then. How's our sanity going? Ah, slight headache. We're fine. I mean, you know.
He escaped? Where is he now?
Okay. Go back this way. How many? I've got 45 tinderboxes. 44. Somehow I feel a bit poorer. Are you actually over there, or? I mean, I'm not going to hang around to find out. Lean command. It's very nice to have. I can't remember. Was lean always in the game? I guess so. Okay, calm down, Daniel. There's a torch. Torch is your friend. Oh, right. Yes, okay. I remember this bit. Some oil. Rat. Bread. Tinder boxes. Enough of these. Yeah. Oh, right. That's right. We need the acid. Here's a pig. There's a bottle of barrel of acid. There it goes. I think you can do that with pretty much anything. It's incredibly strong acid. Come on. I mean, the most I've ever seen an acid do, watching some videos on YouTube, is make some chicken wings awfully manky, or chicken drumsticks awfully manky. Okay. What if we put this in there? Don't squish off the rat. The bottleneck is too narrow for the flask to be filled without spilling the acid, but a glass container is an ideal vessel. Okay, it did actually eat it up. I didn't know the game actually had mentions for this. Like, oh, I could use this. Yes. Okay, fine, fine. Can we soak it up with a loaf of bread? No.
3rd of August, 1839. I feel like I have fled the world and all its worries. Brennenburg is a majestic creation perched upon a forest-clad hill with towers reaching well above even the highest pine trees. Following the winding road leading to the gates gives the impression of discovering something forgotten, as if journeying with Marco Polo to the hidden Xanadu. Alexander, the Baron, is a peculiar but gracious man. He seems well versed in worldly matters and is not at all as eccentric as I assumed. My room is exquisite, and I'm confident that no hotel for miles could even hope to match it. As the sun sets on Brennenburg, its fairy tale varnish turns to an eerie gloom. Alexander's strange servants are never far away. They are a quiet lot, and their behavior could only be described as skulking. Alexander seems pleased by my presence. As he puts it, it seems like I got here just in time.
Yeah. So apparently these servants, they don't, like, smell or anything like that. Ow! Daniel! Seriously, lad. Fire hot. Pigs. There was a machine. I don't know whether I'll play a machine for pigs. I don't have it. I'm guessing we're going to have to go to the storage room to get something from there and then come back here. And I think we need to use that acid to dissolve the lock on the door or something like that. Yeah, there is a barrel filled with acid in the kitchen. Okay. I suppose we'll do this next part before we finish up. Is it this way? There is signs on the wall. Yeah, there. Storage. Yes, yes. Just
Who are you to question me?
He's Daniel. Here's another note.
1839. The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing, lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers and that I should throw it away. Alexander advised against this, as I'd still be a part of the path to the orb and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back when the time came. I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me, and he answered that things can be done, but at a price.
A fine print. Yeah, man. I think it's in that room there. Please don't come into here. Have you gone, bud? Or is this a situation where we're gonna have to, like, juke past you or something? Okay. Yep. There we go. Dot dot dot. Ugh. Stop with the blurring. Look at torch. It's a lovely torch. This torch is my friend. There's also like a after image, which is an interesting effect. I don't know if it's showing up too well on the capture, but along with the blurring, you can kind of see like an after image of the chair there, and also in the dark you sort of see like the light of objects hangs for a little bit after you move the camera. It's still a bit blurry, but the mouse movement is a little sluggish now. It puts on like smoothing. Let's continue on. Yeah, there we go. It's all better now. Kind of. What's down here? Ah, here we go. The gate is locked and the padlock is in excellent condition. Okay, so that's where we need to go. That's what we need the acid for, I believe. Let's go in here. Okay. Tinder boxes. Oil. More tinder boxes. 51 of them. Let's fill up our lantern a bit. We'll pick up this glass jar, which we need for the acid. Okay, now we need to go back to the kitchen. If they'll let us. Is he going to be wandering around out there permanently? Oh. I didn't even see if it was there at the end of the hall. No. Which way do we need to go? This way? Yes? To cistern entrance. Oh, okay, that's where we need to go. Fortified with a metal padlock. The gate leading out of this area is locked by a worn padlock. I just have to remember where that is.
Hey, you! Stop!
Don't come any closer. I just want to leave.
You can't go outside. It's too dangerous.
I'm telling Gabriel.
I doubt that very much.
Okay. Who put the red lights on? Just hunker down here. Are you at the end of the hall there? There we go. Yep, it's over there. Let's just wait a little moment longer. He's still hanging around down there? Nope. Okay. So... right, to the kitchen. I wish I remembered which way that was. This place is just so mazy. Ah, that's to the cistern. So we need to go this way. Over here? I think the kitchen was back this way. Yep. This way. I was going to say it lied. Okay, the kitchen's just up here. There it is. And I think... yes. Okay. Just hunker down over here. Next to all this lovely rotting meat. And wait a moment. I wonder what that could be. Throw a bottle in the acid. We have got a bottle. As I said before, this is why I think the game is so successful as a horror game, because of things like this. I know this monster just spawned specifically for this purpose. This will always happen every time you come back here with the glass bottle. But the whole don't look at them because then they'll notice you. Keeping them, we haven't really seen them clearly yet. I did run past one earlier, so if you freeze the frame there, you'll probably be able to see what they look like. Or you can just look on Google, because you know. But in the context of the game, it keeps you guessing as to what they are. You can kind of see they're humanoid thing. They're very pale, but you don't really know what you're going up against, and the unknown is a lot scarier. Okay, let's get the bottle again. Oh, this bottle. Well, I missed. Depth perception, you failed me again. It's not gonna work. That's why we need this glass jar. Glass jar holds the acid safely, except that it's open-topped. Put this box in there. What? Get. Okay, it can't eat through the box. It's a rig bottle. It's supposed to jump up and down. Is it? I mean, I was putting other things in there and it just dissolves them like that. But the bottles, it's just sort of saying we need a larger bottle. And I've already put like all the bottles in there, so none of them jumped up and down. All of them just sunk to the bottom. Maybe it was something in an earlier version. I don't know when the last patch for this game was. We need to go back to cistern entrance so that we can melt the lock. Also welcome. Is it over here? I think so. Or not?
Get her back.
God, this place is so twisty. Yep, here we go. Yes, it has severely weakened the padlock. Go. Sorry, mate. We'll just leave. He unraveled the cloth protecting the orb. Alexander reached out, picked it up, and held it up against the light. Cover it, he said. Keep it covered at all times. There we go.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
Okay. Yes, I think it won't budge. Some more rose petals here. I suppose Daniel came from over here. Stairs there are broken. We go over here. Yeah, it's flooded. The water is too deep to traverse safely. To enter the sewer, it must first be drained. Okay. However, as before, I think this is a pretty good spot to leave it off for tonight. It's like the next hub area, I'd say. Oh yeah, pretty good progress. We only died once, and that was because I was being impatient, and I thought I could run past the monsters a bit faster than I thought than we actually could. You do move slower climbing upstairs, so there is that. But yeah, the monsters move surprisingly quickly. But from what I've read, they sort of move quickly towards you, and then when they get close to you, they sort of slow down. So they're sort of hanging behind you a bit, but I suppose if you're chased for too long, they just catch up to you and swipe at you a few times. Anyway, we'll save the game there, or we'll continue with Amnesia: The Dark Descent next time. Next time we're going to be draining sewers and also finding antidotes. I hope you will join me for that.